Ariel Helwani in Los Angeles getting set for UFC 227 alongside the reigning defending UFC flyweight champion, Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson. Demetrious, you have a big fight coming up on Saturday, but there's bigger things going on in your life. Please give us an update on your wife, Destiny. Is she going to give birth any second now?
I hope not. I hope not. Everything's going good for right now. I talked to her this morning. Baby's sitting there nice and fine, still cooking, and let's hope she doesn't come out.
Where are we at? Like, when's the actual due date?
Actual due date's August 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so you got some time.
Got some time, but you know how these things are. You got children, it just pops out like that.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous at all. She knows what she's doing. It's third child. We got great, support back at home, so I think everything's been good.
Now, will she watch the fight? Because, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of nerves involved. Maybe that could expedite things.
No, she's not going to watch the fight. She's at the point now where even if she wasn't pregnant, when she's not here, she doesn't like watching it because she's like, I want to make sure you're okay and all that stuff. And I'm her husband. I have, I'm a father of her children. So she's like, it's a whole different ballgame, when we have kids. Back in the day, I'll watch it. I'm like, come on, baby, let's go. But now she's just like, I can't wait till you're done, but I just want to make sure you're okay.
Am I crazy, or do you always seem to fight around the time that your wife is about to give birth?
All the time.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's the sex pattern. I'm an animal. You see, with high testosterone, I just can't keep my hands off her.
All right. Well, let's talk about the fight. You're fighting Henry Cejudo. He said something very interesting to me on Monday. He said beating you means more to him than being the flyweight champion. That's how much this means to him. That's how important beating you. That's the kind of feather in his cap that he thinks you are. What do you make of that statement?
Yeah, it's a very good statement. You look at it, and champions, people win belts all the time, right? They win belts, they lose. They win belts, they lose. They win belts, they lose. Like for me, I haven't been beaten since 2011. The last guy I do was Dominic Cruz. So I think for him to be able to establish that, I was the only guy out of all these guys in the flyweight division to be able to, crack, the code or beat Demetrious Johnson, that goes a long way because he doesn't get beat very often. People suffer losses all the time. It's very rare that you see a person who's a champion, not suffer a loss.
I feel for you a little bit on this one because clearly it's so important to him to beat you, but you already did it.
Yeah.
In the end, this is just a notch on your belt. This is just another win in that record, breaking streak. But is it hard to get as up for this fight as he is?
No, not at all. I mean, even when we fought the first time, I'm like even keel. Once it's time to go out there and do work, then I, turn it on. There's no reason to, jack myself up or anything like that. I don't know what I need to do. I know why I'm here.
Do you buy this theory that he's that much better than he was the last time you guys fought?
We'll find out. We'll find out when we fight.
When you see the tape, what do you see? You see a big difference?
You see a little bit. You see a difference, but at the end of the day, when I sat there, when I fought John Nelson the first time, and I saw him fight and knock everybody out the second time and all that stuff, and I got in, I was like, it's a totally different animal, when you get in there with somebody who has different skill sets than, his last couple guys. He fought Joseph, didn't come out well in that one. Fought Wilson Hayes, fought Sergio Pettis, and then, I have totally different skill set than both those guys do.
Whose cruel joke is it to have you standing right next to TJ Dillashaw right here? I mean, really?
Well, we're both champions, and I think they wanted to have the champs that go to this side, and that was it.
All right. Did you say anything to him?
No. I didn't see him come in. I was already doing interviews, but we talked during fight week, and everything's cool.
What do you guys talk about?
Just saying what's up. I asked him how's his son's doing, and he said he's doing awesome. And I asked him, you guys plan on having any more? And he goes, yeah, that's the plan, So that's what we talked about.
Did you also ask him when you guys are going to fight? When he's going to come down to 125?
No.
It feels like that's why they put you on this card together, right?
No.
Come on.
No. I was hoping to fight in July, but that didn't end up working out. And then it just so happens to be that I'm on this one. Because I was telling the UFC, I was like, hey, dude, my wife's pregnant. So I'm either going to fight now in July or before the baby's birth. I don't want to do it after. And then Malky and Abe were trying to get me on a card before the birth, and so it worked out to be this one.
What do you think the chances are if you win, he wins, that this fight finally materializes?
I have no idea. I don't.
They want it, right?
I don't know what they want.
They just have to pay you.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's what I want. Yep.
You've been very clear from the beginning.
Yeah, I've been very clear from the very beginning, Ariel. I've been very clear from the beginning.
Do you think it will actually happen this time?
Nah, I don't think it would happen.
You don't?
Nah.
You think it's dead?
I think it's dead.
You think the ship has sailed?
The ship has sailed.
Why?
And I'm just shooting an arrow like.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
Because I'm over it. It's over it.
Why over it?
It's over it. It's over it. Just tired of talking about it, and it's almost like if you already said what the things are, it's like, why keep beating it with a dead horse? It's like, why, All right. So
we're sticking with the flyweights.
Flyweights, yep. Flyweights. Until something else comes up, let's just flyweights.
All right. Can't wait for it, DJ. Thank you very much for the time. Best of luck on Saturday.